What do you think I do at night?
Eh?
No, I mean, I do at night.
Wow. I will just let. I will
at night, bro.
I will let that cook. My name is Oladipo Adibwale, King of Japa, and right here is my co-host who will likely not be on the next episode. Co-host.
No, right here is the host. You are the co-host. Let us put everything.
So what? Based on my team's, is it based on my team's current power?
Yes, sir. If you are doing well, you show. You understand? I'm ahead of you in the table. I have 2 finals. I have a trophy this season. So obviously,
we didn't get any final this year.
You didn't get any final, y'all. Let's not go into that.
Let's get into the episode.
But yeah, I'm Isaac, host of Japa.
So you need me to get your, because when you were initially introducing, your voice was low.
Slow start,
you know you may lose this weekend for.
You know Chelsea, they start like this. They come on, you understand?
Oh God.
You understand?
Alright, it's fine.
Yeah,
I can take it.
We have.
By the way, I'm a temporary Arsenal fan. Yeah, I just chip down. My wife is Arsenal.
Now why they
say by one.
Why did they lose league? Anywhere where you go.
I think I'm with you with the Arsenal thing. My partner is an Arsenal fan.
Yeah. I think I was consoling after this episode.
Wow.
You're going to lose tomorrow.
Alright. This is not a football podcast though. Well, it's part of it. We talked about it, right? Japa, because now
tomorrow if you just see me the way number 11 for Man U.
As what? Under 18s assistant coach.
I will be coach. I be pure wing around. Oh, you've not seen me play before.
Isaac,
Isaac,
I don't want to hurt your feelings.
It's not by size. Football is not by size. Let me tell you.
It's neither is it by stomach. Neither is it by stomach.
Wow. Do you have any for today?
Alright. So
no.
what's up now? What are we doing today?
We have
you didn't even introduce yourself.
I said I did twice. They know I'm the host, so they already know who the host is. You understand?
I'm very excited.
We have a very beautiful guest. Evidently.
An engaged guest, because there's a trend now.
An engaged guest.
Yeah. We have a number of people reaching out to us about your interest in babes. So it'll be good for us to preface.
Is it babes that are asking for my interest in babes?
No, people are
asking. Why are guys asking for my interest in babes? Why guys they find me? I don't find me.
But it's true. All our guests, even though we had a male guest, right? Okay. But he came with a babe.
Yeah, he came with a babe.
And you're always so excited to introduce them.
I mean,
yeah.
He can't defend himself.
But I'd
rather not speak.
He's
but I mean, I know she's engaged too.
You've seen the macho man she came with now. You feel try.
I know.
Are you an architect?
I know rich.
You don't build things. What do you do? You're in Nigeria now. The podcast people, your listeners already know. When we listed the things you do, being a Nigerian is top of your list.
Yes, but I know.
And whereas this guest we flew her in. Do you have UK citizenship, passport, visa?
Do you have?
I don't.
Do you have? But Nigerian passport never even get green passport. Green.
No, I get
it. Well, that's below the belt.
Green passport.
Is your passport out?
No, my passport is out.
Where is it?
You did my house.
No, you didn't complain. Say I paid 3 months ago. You know, I did it already.
It's very funny. Like I applied for my passport in the UK and. Normally it's supposed to, not even a couple of days, it's supposed to come out in 3 weeks, but it came out in 6 weeks.
What?
And I was still happy.
Yeah, because
of you know, I've heard stories. Exactly.
Years ago, Nigeria will tell you in Canada, Ottawa is where the embassy is. They will drive for hours, spend money to get to Ottawa. They will not get their passport. Like, you think the passport office in Nigeria is bad. It's bad everywhere. It's like this problem. We are badly behaved everywhere.
It's Nigerians.
Yes, now the embassy. Yeah. We are bad. So, are you going to introduce your guest? Because you already said she's fine. People can clearly see that she's fine.
I mean,
she's engaged.
Let her just. Why are you bringing that one now? Inside for why?
I don't. Just remind you.
Okay, let her say it herself. Let's hear from you. No, I mean, don't say it. Yeah, you just
say who I am.
Yeah.
Victoria, okay. I think it's going through things today.
So my name is Temiloluwa Ido. Jennifer is my first name. But
no, this is a cultural podcast. Don't
but I like Temiloluwa. I think I'm transitioning to Temiloluwa now.
I go to
yes, exactly. Temi is fine. Temi is fine.
No, but don't say Temi, because Temi Yoruba is my own and she's not your own.
I mean, it's a very personal name.
Mr. Dipo,
Yeah.
now take it easy, please.
See, this guy, so yesterday I was going home, he said, how many finals have you got this?
Okay, so it's payback.
I'm going through things.
That's a real question. It's not banter.
But funny enough, I'm also a Roma fan.
You
I'm a Real Madrid fan.
They've been losing.
At least Real Madrid has one. I think my Copa del Rey final.
Oh, yeah, final, but they'll lose.
What's happening now, Isaac? I mean, what was your holiday? I mean, I don't have holiday.
Yeah,
back to back. All I have
the
is
Nigerian thing.
it's like it's a season. This Easter into the end. Like there's so many. I think there's another one next week.
There's another one.
May. That one is a global one.
I go sleep that day.
Wait, how was your weekend now?
My weekend was okay. My weekend was my birthday was on Friday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you go to our page, you see him. Late comma.
I turned 17 on Friday.
37.
I turned 17. I'm winding. I turned 25 on Friday.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
You're young. Younger than Temi.
I'm like,
Yeah.
Just continue.
I know she's beautiful and whatnot, but I don't think let you know.
The thing is, how old do you think I am?
you look 25.
I like that. I really like that.
I
was at the airport
Isaac is trying to
and
say.
Don't mind you.
customs, the first customs
thought you were like
stand,
16.
he said, "Are you a student?"
Yes, yeah.
I said, "No, I'm not."
You should have said
I'm
yes.
not. And then at the point they were checking the bags,
I like the embarrassing.
first thing he said was, "Sorry, I'm so sorry. How old are you?" I said, "I'm 31. I'm 31 this year." And he's like, "You look nice. You look fit for this age." I'm like, "Yeah, I know. I get that a lot."
She's been through a
Even
lot,
in
bro.
the UK, there were
Bro, she's
times
been
where
through a lot.
I think I wanted to get like a membership card or something from somewhere. And the person had to ask the person I was with that, "I'm sorry, we don't give minors or anyone."
He said,
I'm like, "Yeah, don't
So
worry.
that
I'm
means
listening."
Insult like
I'm
compliment.
listening.
21.
Yeah, I think I could pass for 20.
But me, I can tell you something. Don't look for your trouble now. Once you're born like twins
my
now,
God.
you're-
Oh my
It
God.
could be very evident.
And it might not
I mean,
change.
there are people who.
Victoria, are you speaking from experience? Thank
What
you.
experience?
You don't born.
You don't born.
You don't use 10 minutes doing true.
But yeah, my weekend, just my birthday thingy. I mean, the office, they did a little thing. I really appreciate.
Jesus.
I mean, they did a great thing. May not be like saying, they did a lot. They did a lot, but they promised to take me out. They promised to take me out, but I mean, that didn't happen.
But you're in a great office now. We're in the office all through the holiday because we gave you guys Easter now, and our guys refused to give us this one. So
Refuse to give us.
this last holiday and the next ones that we may not give you.
No,
Eh?
Oga will give us.
Eh?
We go fight for both. Oga will give us.
Yeah, but I mean, it was nice. Now we had a meeting all through Friday, right?
Yeah, the entire
Nah.
Friday.
But it wasn't that bad.
It was-
The entire
it was like-
Friday.
It was like 11 to like,
I saw you.
4 or
I saw
5.
you eating that chicken though after the meeting.
I don't know, it was let me all like see you. That's why I came. Nobody say I came for meeting.
I like meetings with food.
I feel-
Once food is involved in meetings,
That's not how all our
can't
meetings
be-
are. It's because it was my birthday. That's why I did not. It's not as if all our meetings.
right.
We have
Oh,
long
food.
meetings.
I don't know
You go
if
and buy your
I don't
own.
know. I'm sensing like he's throwing shade.
No, I'm not saying anything.
But-
to you. I mean,
I'm
feel that.
I'm sure business manager will watch.
It's our guys' podcast. Our guys don't.
Our guys on the podcast.
But he will listen
left
to
her in
the
the office.
But you
podcast.
listen to the podcast.
Yeah, we listen to podcast. Yeah. So what else? Saturday income.
Yeah, Saturday I had to rush back to my parents. They traveled.
Mommy's boy.
Had to look over the house.
Man, you
I
found
I
mommy's
actually
boy.
tasted loneliness for the first time this weekend.
For the first time in a
it's
long
not like
time.
first time living alone, you understand? But like I don't know, it just felt.
I can imagine. You can't begin to text all those
No.
babes. You text
I know,
Eunice.
I know.
Why? What? You didn't text Eunice.
Who's in this?
You didn't text
This
Eunice.
one
Wow.
is ignoring me the entire weekend. But that's
You
another
be yeah, badly behaved boy.
He's ignoring me for a while, but that's another conversation.
She needs to know where she stands. You understand?
Mr. Luko, why are we doing this here?
It's a lifestyle. It's a lifestyle
Everybody-
podcast. Yes, we are Japa and whatnot, but like you know how we go now. We
You
talk
don't
about
know how
everything.
Other people they kill. You understand? Just call names. Sorry for don't do that.
Casting him.
Yeah, but how's your weekend?
It was fun. Again, I don't like these holidays that are over the weekend because by like Saturday, Sunday, I'm missing work. But this time we worked on Friday. Sorry, I can see the look on your face, but Friday we were at the office, right? Saturday, what did we do? Okay, so Temi came in on Saturday, so we I saw Timmy on
We caught up
Saturday.
Yeah.
Then I went home, chilled at home. Sunday was emotional. We lost someone in the family. Well, not family, like the church family. Yeah, so that day was like the remembrance. I mean, what you get memorial thing in the church. So it was very emotional. Then where did I go? After that, I had one very interesting. Oh yeah, SPPG. No, I'm going to plug SPPG. You know my public leadership school. We had our hangout. Dr. Obi, her birthday is 60. But stop trying to ask me that question. No, I'm just preparing. You know. Oh, okay. No, I'm just preparing. So we had that. I was in Lekki all through Sunday. The food wasn't fantastic. But
not like Friday's on.
Yeah, no, bro. I'm even that Friday food. I'm going to have it today. No, we're not. And then what did we do? Monday. Why are you? Monday, yesterday, we're in the office again now. We're in the office. Yeah. It was chilled. I mean, at this stage, we are busy. It's not easy to be number one. Like now I get like I don't want to plug Man City in because but let's just say Man City is like the most consistent team in like over the last 5 dragging us now fast. Over the last 5-7 years, they've been very successful. It's not easy to be number one. Yeah. Like I get it. It's more work. And you guys may be wondering, I'm number one, right? We're going to release a video, my award and all that. We are number one. So like, it's not easy because now there's more work. Yeah, it's more work. Well, there's more work. I mean, what you say, there's more work now, and consistency pays. So I right now I can't even like because I know that the guys in my office don't listen to our podcast. I don't tell them. I'm worried about some people's mental health in the office because I'm like the way we are coming to work during holiday. You know, yesterday our guy put on the WhatsApp group that we're off next week. Then they now had a meeting.
I want to know. That's why I was asking if Eva was around. But now I'm going to the office to track her because I want to know who are the meeting.
The management, including your team lead. So from what I'm hearing, we're likely working. We may not be in the office, but I'm hearing that we'll be virtual. But it's not our fault now. I mean, look at now. Like you're hearing it first. It's not yet announced, but like a little bit is saying that we're opening Lekki and Abuja very soon. So like it's not easy.
Yeah, that's fantastic news.
Oh. You really want to be going?
I didn't say anything.
All right, so why are we here today? We don't use 15 minutes to introduction. Yeah. That's our podcast. Right? So we have a special guest.
Jumping in straight or
let's talk about what's happening around though. Boo Boo came back last night. He came back yesterday evening.
Boo Boo. No Boo Boo is who is there? Hope see nothing they show now.
No. I'm sensitive. I'm smart. I have smart people around me dressing me up.
No, that's actually true because so nobody was wise enough to tell him. Don't raise your hand.
Let's not talk about it. It's a sensitive area. Very sensitive. Let's talk about Sudan. Sudan is what we're talking about because I mean you guys know me and my faith and all that. So I have 1 or 2 people in Sudan in mission. Like yeah. And I'm a bit concerned. I remember that my mom was telling me that since she was young, and my mom is almost 53. She was talking about like she's never known Sudan to be good. And fact check, but I think Sudan is the 3rd largest producer of gold.
Yeah, I saw that yesterday.
Yeah.
See, one of the reasons why I'm in the SPPG, right, is that I don't know if I'm going to be allowed to go into politics, but if I'm going to be in leadership and governance, either in the private or public sector, I have to learn. And I feel responsible for my country, my community, but Africa, because that's, our color, and I don't think that I can live a fulfilled life and have like a Sudan with all that wealth. And these people just come and for years, our people are suffering. Like knowing Sudan was first football. Whenever you see the Sudanese players, they are black. They look very skinny, very, So in my mind, I'm like, and also that I thought largest producer of gold. And now they are fighting. The army, like internal fracas. Yeah. Is it the special unit of the army fighting the main unit of army? So I was reading up their leader that was the bad leader. That one died like 4 years ago. They've been trying to get things together and people now are just dying. Transferred to democracy. And it does because I saw this tweet and the guy was trying to really explain it in the most simple of terms. It's like one senior man, one like go and and it was just that's really what it is. That's how life is. Yeah. Like the greed, is it the money?
It is.
Because probably one bigger government is saying, look, give us the gold, we'll settle you. It's no more, no less.
So I was at this conference last year in Ghana, and it was like all African youth thing, so people from different
Yeah.
countries. And I realized that we all have like the same problem:
Leadership. Poor.
Everybody was saying the same thing: unemployment, terrorism, bad.
Yes.
This, that. And bro, like how many countries in one continent, and we all have the same problem.
I'm going to plug SPPG in. Like you guys, the School of Policy, Politics and Governance. It's a branch arm of the Fixed Politics NGO by Dr. Obio Ezekwesili and some powerful people, good people. And the idea is to be able to train young people to prepare either for policy, politics, or governance. Because now I'm seeing that it's not just that I want to be maybe a governor or the president. Like Temi now probably will come into, when I become president, Ministry of Information, for instance. You have to understand policy on that. You know, and admission is open now. I am advising and begging every young Nigerian. It's not just to be making noise on Twitter. It's not just to say we are obedient. Yes, those things are great, but you can't really do anything without learning. Like, for you to be excellent in anything, there's consistency, there's learning, there's people who have done this ahead of you, people who have made mistakes. And I think it's the sppg.org. Please go and register. It's not so expensive. In fact, it's next to free. We were at the hangout this weekend, and the people that have taught me, it's pro bono. The MD of Sterling has taught me. Obasanjo has taught me. Today, I think tomorrow, Bosun Tijani, this popular tech guy, is coming. I know Aboyeji is going to come. Big professors from America, South Africa, like the Cameroonian presidential candidate for one party, Kawala, has come. Like, big people are actually, you know, and I think they are now doing Gambia, Senegal, Cameroon. I think 4 or 5 countries are also joining, you know, the SPP. So please, don't just talk. We can't all be governors. We can't all be presidents. We can't all be commissioners. But there will be director of NISDA, which is IT, right? There will be one parastatal or the other, FIRS. So if you have a passion and you know you have a good heart, because that's also very, very big. If you know you're a good person, because I know that there'll be bad people coming, right? Even bad people learn, right? Please go register for the SPPG next day. I want to be responsible for 1,000 people submit applications, because I took my friends over the weekend. I said, okay, let's go have lunch. I took a couple of people. And one of my guys was like, Diko, I'm not really doing much. He's a banker. Like, I want to learn, because you have to learn. We can't just be shouting. To change Africa, to change Nigeria, we can't just be shouting and fighting and tweeting. You have to learn and see what is going on. What does it mean to plug yourself into all these things? Look at census now. Census hold May 6th. I don't think it's going to hold. Do you know that it's census?
I mean, I know what.
You heard, right?
Yeah, I've heard.
And they've moved it probably like 3 times in the last couple of years. They will likely move it again. Because I have someone in Lagos saying the logistics is upside down. So please visit the sppg.org and apply. Admissions, I will write reference for as many people that I know. And if you have been in any space, I'm sure you can get references, people who know you, right? Let that class be 1,000 people next year because of this. Because I've seen it. I've been doing it now for a couple of months, and it's nice to see some really good, big people even trying to learn, you know. So, yeah, that's what I have to say.
I think more than ever now, it's really good that institutions like SPPG is coming up, because going by one of the most important things that was being said during the last elections is the fact that we didn't have enough capable hands.
Yes.
So who are the people that we know that can do this thing? And even the people that we saw come up, we heard people say things like, oh, he doesn't have experience, you know, he's never done this before in this magnitude. So SPPG is a really good thing for people to plug into and prepare for the next 4 years, so that the next time we're going to do this election, we can have more capable hands.
Because I mean, there's the 3 prongs of character, competence, and capacity. Competence is one main thing. Capacity is another thing. You have to equip yourself to be able to go learn to govern. Like, Enugu is really on my mind right now. I don't know why. It does in my spirit, in my prayers, because, you know, Enugu got, I think, 2 of 3 Senates, 7 of 8 House of Rep, and I think 15 of 24 House of Assembly. And the Labour guy won, but the PDP guy and his power and whatnot, whatever, because I mean, they will go to court. But it's been in my mind because that's a state now that actually has a lot of Labour controlling the whole state. But you see, when money hits, we're already hearing rumors of people defecting. Even though I think the Electoral Act doesn't allow that, but like, we have a problem. And I'm really hoping PO and, you know, these guys will realize that you have to, these people that have come in through your wave, you've got to train them. You've got to teach them how
I
to
think he
lead.
does that because
Yeah.
from time to time he visits like states, like
Yeah.
the party in each state and all
Yeah.
that. So like,
There's a lot of work, but I'm optimistic. Right, we won't all japa. I mean, and when you japa,
Exactly.
the truth of the matter is that,
Still come back.
and I always say like, yes, when you japa, you come back,
You
because
come back.
someone like me now, I don't know. I know my network is far-reaching, right? I've been saying it. If I become a governor within the next 8 years to 12 years, I already know people who can be commissioner for this, who are abroad and who know me. Because it's another thing for Isaac to become governor, and I'm using Isaac for a purpose because I'm a Man U fan. When you become governor now, I can't verify that you be governor. But Temi knows that me I'll be a good governor.
So you don't think I'll be a good
Yeah,
governor?
Man U fan.
But you believe me, I think
Ooh.
you'll be a good governor.
You know now.
Exactly for her.
I have receipts. I have your receipts. You know,
I
I
have receipts.
have your receipts on WhatsApp.
I have
But jokes aside, and that's the reality. Like, you would bring your friends, and the friends will know you. That this is Dikpo. Or when you get someone to ask, like, do you know this guy? People will be able to say that this person, if he doesn't even seem too competent, I have the competency, but at least I know his character is not one thing, and that's really that. But let's jump into the episode of because Nigeria is a lot of work.
Yeah, it's proper headache. Thinking about it's proper headache. But yeah, so Team Lelewa, let's
dive
know
right
you.
into it.
Let's know you.
Who am I?
It just be like interview. They just say,
But I mean, like she already
it
said
feels
now,
like
she went to
that. It
ARU.
feels like that.
What did you study in ARU?
I
Okay,
studied-
so there's something I want to do now. I didn't want to do it because we always have banter when we have like, so we do private school, blah blah blah. So Eunice, who's also, she sometimes we bring her. She's like, Eunice is our guest, right?
Okay.
Yeah, you know what I just did. So Eunice went to Babcock.
Okay.
He went to CU. I went to LCU. But
Oh,
you went to CU.
Yes.
I didn't want him
Yes,
to
I
know
went.
beforehand. Yeah, so let's start
Yes,
from
I
there.
did.
Tim- So Temi is a star now in UK, but you went to CU. You studied.
I studied
was it
management, information systems.
yes, and then you went to ARU for master in
Consumer psychology.
CODC now. So now I won't become.
I did psychology too. I actually did psychology. You didn't know?
That's not the point.
No, I did psychology.
Are
Try.
you jealous that we have so much in common?
Okay, I'm gonna continue. But I
No,
mean,
I was a gist of Victoria.
but how? Because I remember. I mean, before we go back, should we start from the story of how we met and how? I mean, the years. But how was that course for you though?
The course was exciting. It was exciting because it's something I wanted to do for the longest time.
So let's plug it in. So how long ago did we meet? I met Temi about, is it 6-7 years now?
I
Eight?
think so. I think it
Because
was
I'm not sure about how old you were and how old I was.
So like 10, 17, 10, 16.
20, yeah, about 6-7 years. About 6 years now.
Yeah, so I think it would
6.
have been 2018.
About 5
beginning
years.
of 2018. Yeah.
And I met her. She used to work for one of my family friends, a close sister who like a big sister. So I met her, and I mean, so I wasn't married then. So I was like, "Who's this fine babe?" Who's this fine babe? I'm on knees with the this thing.
I like your honesty, Mr. Dikpo.
Don't worry, you're fine. You're fine.
Okay. So I was like, who is this fine babe?
Continue, I'm listening.
And so we got talking. I was direct, but by the time so let me just tell you the first thing. So I realized that she was a couple of months older than me, about a year older than me.
A couple of weeks.
Is it a couple of weeks, a couple of months? I can't remember, Sha. A couple of months or like a year older than me, Sha. And you know that kind, you know how women, I don't know if it's ego or something. I remember like, when she finds out that she's older than me. So we just became friends. And she's hearing things that she may not know. A very nice babe, very chilling babe. Then she was in one situation like that. We won't talk about that one now. She was in one very serious situation that time. And she was deceiving herself that she didn't like the guy. Blah, blah, blah. And then I started getting free food and free smoothies and stuff like that. And so when she found out what I do, so at the time, her family, you know when all your family is abroad now, her family was like, come and go to school. So I now asked her, okay, I'm in leave education, no, I can help you. What do you want to study? So introduce, that's how I first heard consumer psychology.
So how was it like working with him?
It was...
Is that what I'm here for?
How was it like working with
It was good. It was seamless. And because Dikpo is thorough as well, you know, he would hold your hand through the process. So it was really good working with
Those
Dikpo.
are now I'm busy.
intentional man?
Yeah. So that's how we met.
We checked too. We checked one school in Spain. Was it not Spain? One
Checked a
big
lot.
school, 20,000
Yes.
euros. That I think it was the
Yeah,
money
I
of
think
25,000
it
euros.
was.
You didn't have a target for the UK. You were just trying.
No, UK was last season. In
At
fact,
the
UK,
time, yes.
she will tell you why.
At
But
the
UK was
time.
not even a radar.
No, it wasn't.
It was US,
was school in
Spain. There was one
Spain.
very big school
Yes.
in Spain. I don't want to plug them in, but one big school in
yes.
Spain was like 25,000 euros.
Mhm.
Then Canada. Canada didn't have it for masters. There was a college that had like a
But you
graduate.
knew the course you
one.
wanted to go for.
That's it.
Yes.
Now, that's how
so at the
consumer.
time, I knew what I wanted to do.
Sorry, but like why?
Yeah, exactly.
How
So
did
tell
I
them,
go
yeah,
to
you were
consumer
working in
psychology?
one.
Yes, so I was working in marketing. I'd been working
Yeah.
in marketing since like 2014.
I see.
Before that, I went
She's a marketing
to
guru. You should be saying that. It's not that she doesn't like
I
to
went
make
to
noise.
Orange Academy for
Yeah.
integrated brand experience.
Ah, yeah, that's where she met that guy.
Mr. Diko, you sound pissed.
I don't want to talk before. I don't want to talk
I
before.
don't
So-
know, so I don't think I met him there, but
Okay, but you guys both went there.
you know what?
Yeah, no, I remember you met him there, but I don't. So the pain. Let me tell you the pain. And you know how they say that the pain of the juniors, right? Or the juniors. You know when you are telling your guy that this guy is not skinny, and your guy is like, no, I'll do this, I'll do it. So that was the pain. Yeah, exactly. So you went to Orange. Yes, so you were
Anyway,
working
yes,
with 360 degrees, blah blah blah.
I was
Let's
working in
move on,
360 degrees at the
Don't
time.
plug
So
companies
It's a
in, I
marketing
beg.
agency.
With Orange Academy, if you get any student from here, send me my commission. No.
but the thing I decided when I was in Orange Academy, because we had these sessions where they would tell you what's your bottom line,
Yeah.
basically, what you want to get
Yeah.
into. And because the marketing scene at the time in Nigeria, it was just people doling out adverts and things and not basically centering the consumer. So there was no scientific backing behind why I'm writing this copy this way,
yeah.
you know. So I decided I would do consumer psychology or something so that I could understand the consumer more and then build marketing campaigns based on that.
My friend are genius
The
too.
switch between MIS. Okay, was it because of Nigeria? Or you
That's
had
an interesting question. I don't think I've ever heard.
So I don't know how it happened, honestly. So after NYC, I just kept thinking about what I wanted to do. I didn't want to go because how MIS is structured, you would do business courses, accounting, and you'd also do coding as well. I did not like coding. Gave me headache, you know. So I wanted to do something that was a mix of both. You know, that's why I did MIS. But when we're done with CU, like I said, I kept thinking about what I wanted to do. And then I sort of at that time discovered that I had a writing gift.
Yeah.
Basically, I used to write.
You go soon start podcast and you used to write letters to God and all those nice things.
Okay, like you had like a news.
Well, I don't want to talk to him
I had
because
a
this guy
Medium
having my
link,
baby like this. You pinch me, I beg.
We have history. In that way.
Yeah.
So, maybe we should not do this on this podcast.
Yeah. So I sort of like discovered that I had that gift of writing, and then one thing led to another. Connected with a couple of people, worked at some jobs, and I saw that I'm actually good at this
What's
thing.
like a
So
toxic
one of
relationship, Oga? That you got your MacBook for that office. That guy that is taking his secretary to Dubai. There's gist too.
moving on, Isaac.
The guy who like 7 months around. It's a lifestyle podcast. People want to laugh. Half an hour. Can you plug them in? Are this thing next?
No, do not do that. Do not do that. But yeah. But anyway,
there's not enough time.
yes.
There's not enough time.
So going from Orange Academy, like I said, discovered that this is why I wanted to do this, and I was really strong-headed about it because the course is not something that you could just stumble on.
it's
It's
not
just
popular at
it's
all.
only if you. It's
I did
so
research, oh.
it's so not popular
Not
that
popular at all.
we were just 6 in my course.
for you?
Yes, and the 6 was like people that joined in September and joined in January.
So was it like for one batch?
It wasn't
That's to
one
tell you how-
batch.
yeah.
Exactly.
6 international students.
No, look, like
6
in
students,
6 students in a
in
school.
total. And then
Wow.
on graduation, we're just 3 that graduated.
Imagine.
Yes.
Star girl, new girl.
So
Already, star girl.
you have to be like really intentional
Yeah,
about
it.
the course, yeah.
So fast forward, I mean, when we met, we started doing that research about going for. So we did Canada. Canada did not give us at that time. Canada and denials. I wasn't.
It was during the lockdown. It was during the lockdown, so that was one of the.
Yeah. I remember, I forget that. It's not. Oh my god, I had that visa yesterday, bro. It's sweet though. Like, I don't even know what it feels like to get rejection again.
I mean, since I joined Louis, I haven't seen any rejection. I'm the lucky charm here.
That's lovely. Well
That's
done.
interesting. Yeah, I mean,
Well done,
thanks.
guys.
So yeah, I mean, so we didn't get Canada at the time. We collected our money back. I haven't paid some school fees. But you know the funny thing is that because we're going to talk about Japa from the top. Maybe we'll even rename this episode because Timmy go to like the highest pinnacle of the kind of company you work for and doing what you love, and she's Japa. So fast forward, Canada didn't work out. She went back to her family and decided we all started talking about it. How did you get to how did you get to Inlax, right? Inlax was
Yes, I was working at Inlax when we were
so,
trying to do this.
You know, you get to that level, but she still wanted to Japa. But it wasn't really for Nigeria. You didn't hate Nigeria.
I didn't hate
even though
Nigeria.
your family wanted you out of
I
here,
just really wanted to do my
learn,
master's degree at that time because I'd been wanting to do it for so long. You know, that
yeah.
felt like, and then when I was charting my career path, you know.
Did you just say Unilag?
People do.
Did you know here they course consumer psychology? I told you on one episode that in my set we were doing Fortran and Basic. You think Unilag has consumer psychology in
Yes,
there?
consumer psychology.
I mean, if they do, I will take it back. But yeah,
I remember one time one of my lecturers in uni went, was it Sabaskal or something, in I think Caltech.
Oh,
And he
okay.
came back and he was angry. What are we doing in this department? Like, what do we have? He's just like 2 rooms as my department. He had like 3 buildings for the psychology department in Caltech.
I got imagine it was livid.
But
But it's small now because a professor saying that in Covenant, what do you want other schools that don't even have the kind of funding and support that Covenant has? It's not going to be easy now. Well, Papa has done all these things less than 15 years.
All rich things.
Like all the great things he's done for like Covenant University. You want me to talk about your school? No, I mean, I've told you guys now, I won't have been a good fit in Covenant for all my kidney, but I'll tell my.
Why do you think you have been a good fit?
I was too smart. Not like just book smart. Like, so, you know, I used to tell you guys, there's a benefit of being the only child of a single mom is that you are usually like 10, 15 years, 20 years ahead because you get to experience what your friends are playing and watching. Well, they watch Cuckoo Melon and whatever Spider-Man at the time. I'm on the streets. Like, I'm following Momsy to market. Like, so going to Covenant, I was already ahead. I needed to be in a place where that would empower and enable. And I didn't even know, but I just knew I didn't want to go there. But I'll take my children because now, Inlax, so give us the juice on that.
Yeah, so
you spent a couple of years there, right?
Yeah, I spent about 3 years plus at Inlax. I was the senior brand and marketing.
My friend is I only remember plenty people also Japa in that year. Well, maybe we did Japa. People have been Japa.
So this is experience being doing.
Yeah, at the time though, it wasn't like that.
Yeah.
It wasn't like that at the time when I left. It wasn't like that when I left. But so like I was saying, let me try to I had charted a career path for myself, sort of to pick a couple of things in marketing communication here and there, digital marketing, PR, events, blah, blah, blah. And I had planned that once I got a role that I had to use all of these skills in that one role, it was time for me to pivot and do my master's degree. So that was why it was like the best time for me to leave, even though we tried to leave before then, but God's time is the best, like they say,
Then one will just ask one question. With this your master's where you don't have and all this, you could chop bar for UK.
That's what I'm saying now. We have a billionaire in our hand.
Oh wait, you never send me money.
I like that
What do you
look.
mean? What do you mean
What
by
was
that?
I don't
I mean, if you're saying this, say what?
Don't worry, now. Don't
Eh,
worry. I got
Emiselua.
you. I got you.
Miselua. You know who that is.
Sent for Isaac.
Okay. All right. So yeah, go on. Of course, then she broke my heart because then she read this CU babe who was doing some free UK application.
Oh my God, yes,
So we have
I
been
did
talking
that.
about-
I betrayed.
She now betrayed me. She now is gonna apply to AIU, the babe. The babe now showed her Pepe. In the middle, she now came back to me. You know how
I think actually that's what happened.
and so you see the pain that you were talking about. So you see that she had been breaking my heart looking on different
I'm so
matters.
sorry.
No, it's fine. Anyway, so we came in and we prayed and did all the things that needed to be done and did that visa and got to the UK.
I want to say something about the Canada denial.
Okay.
I remember the very day that Japa told me you didn't get this, and I would, for everyone that's trying to leave, and you get a denial is. I remember exactly what I did that day. I literally looked at the email, closed my laptop, and I had a dance party in my room that night.
For real?
Is it like
I'm not
just
joking.
you?
Yes.
even me we even
I don't
dey feel
know,
bad
did
that
I
day.
ever tell you?
I know you didn't because
No.
me I get very emotional about these things. So I'm like of course nobody likes denials, but like I didn't know that though. Why though?
I had a dance
You didn't
party.
like you didn't
No.
you just didn't like it or
I think at that time or still now, God is sovereign in my life, and whatever he wants to happen is what is going to happen.
Def.
So I was fully in my
In
life
that
is
mode,
in your
yes.
hands.
Yeah.
The
probably
next
put
day
it in.
I did shed a tear, not a tear. I wept a little bit. Like I sat down, but I can tell you that I only cried about that thing once because I just trusted that God was.
You were in Lax at the time?
Yes, I was at Inlax. So
And
it took another. That was 2020. So it took another 1 year before I left the country again. After that, so just re-strategized and.
No, I remember she now went to the UK just to go and chill.
Oh, are you?
Oh yeah. That that December I had to go on holiday.
So,
I need to be out of here. And the funny thing is that trip was actually very instrumental into me deciding to go to the UK because I literally saw the signboard of my school. I'm like, this school is here. Okay, no wala. And then
So you came back and then applied.
I came back, applied.
How many? What was the time frame?
I came out from the trip in February of that year. So between February and June, I was set.
Yeah.
I was literally set. The only thing that was delaying at the time was the CAS. I think CAS was taking time. Oh yeah, then
change of course. That
it was change of course. Yes.
Yeah. Like I said,
a wrong course.
This year I come to me.
They applied for a wrong course for me. I eventually got
avoid free stuff.
No.
Avoid
You're not
free
involved in the
stuff.
application process?
I was, but things happen. When I got the admission letter, I'm like, no, this is not the course I wanted. And that as well, in all honesty, was God. I can't even lie. Because at the time, I did not know that my school had consumer psychology. I was looking for another branch or type of marketing to do. And then I think I spoke to one of the school reps and she says, oh, if that's what you want to do, we actually have consumer psychology. I'm like, yes, let's do it, and it was so good.
And that's why I tell people in our office that regardless of if we have relationship with schools, there's nothing wrong talking to your school rep and just doing your own research and just reading and stuff. But I want to really say something that's been in my mind for the last couple of minutes. I want to encourage people who want to Japa. It's not just about having family or people who can sponsor you, right? Temi will never say it, but she did a lot of saving on her own to get herself out of here. I remember that time because I think when we were both in the same complex, Stanbic used to do this treasury bill, blah blah blah. Money market. So when she moved to Money is good to see that this guy knows too many things. Anyway,
how do you look? You go watch out.
So when she went to Inlax, she started saving and was just moving most of her salary to that money market. So she had saved so much. Because people are saying her family is abroad now. Not every family they give you money. Some go even support you. I know her brothers that
I was supported.
But to spend about 14-15 million Nigerian naira to be able to move to the UK, she did a lot of saving. So where her friends were like, let's turn up on the island. I'm in the house.
I'm unavailable.
So it was only maybe her birthdays, and that's something that people need to know. It's not just to just assume that maybe somebody just has money. You don't know. It's because I'm as the back end guy, I know what some people do. And we thank God. So yeah, she came back from the UK, applied, got the course, she got everything. God did good, right?
God did good, yeah.
Your family, you had family in the UK?
Yes, I have
so
family.
How was it
in
when
the UK.
you first got there?
It's soft.
I mean, thankfully, I didn't have to go through the trouble of looking for a house and all of that. Settling in was nice. But the thing about it is that
moments later,
literally a few moments later, no one is going to tell you about the cultural differences
Yeah.
that you would be subjected to. And I got there in, I think it was October. Yeah, I think my course had already started. I even got there late. Visa came out late, so all of that shenanigans. So I got there in October. And then October, November, December, you trying to adjust to the new
School
country, school life.
Book where you never read for years.
Book where you never read, you know, and all of that. And then weather changes as well. One of the things I wanted to highlight is that when I got to the UK, before I got to the UK, I didn't know anything about seasonal affective disorder, you know, and Nigerians, or when people get abroad, they probably won't tell you. Yeah. But then the change
of themselves. They may not know how to.
They might not know, you know. But I just kept looking like, why is it that I'm not happy? You know, I'd get there and like, okay, maybe I'm stressed, or maybe because I have to work, maybe because I have so much to do.
You were used to the sun.
You know, I was used to the sun. You know, here we are flexing. Oh. Please, when last did you take vitamin D as a supplement? No. It is important. Yes, I have to take vitamin D.
When you are outside till 10 a.m., vitamin D is entering your eye or something like that. Yeah.
And it's so funny that when I was coming to the podcast today, you know, I did like a quick research on seasonal affective disorder, and then Google brought up, obviously, because I'm in Nigeria, and it says very rare in Nigeria. Only a few thousand cases a year, but it's the norm in the UK, you know, where people have to buy.
Is that not that season you even resume is like the cold season?
Yeah, so it was the cold, and it was already dark at 3 p.m. kind of, you know, weather. And
whereas at 3 your sun is just hitting the peak.
No. Did not. It wasn't the best of experiences the first few months.
And then you're trying to balance school.
And all of that. So thank God for God again.
Yeah.
I mean, bringing God into this and revelation. And then I read a scripture one day in Genesis that said God created the sun to rule by day and the moon to rule by night. So whatever it is that is in the weather change, this moon is not to make me sad. It's just to rule the night, you know. So I was from there. From there, I started to just continue confessing that, and then going to the gym. Yeah, you know, it was one of the things as well. Taking those supplements as well. You know, you have to take your vitamins.
Thank God for health surcharge.
Thank God for that.
Because people don't usually understand the reason why you pay $1,000 for insurance and all that. You go there.
The funniest thing is I didn't use it in the first year.
Wow.
I never used it in the first year. It was after I was done with school that I said, you know what, I paid good money for this, you know.
One of my guys was just saying, he told me, Dipo, if not the only benefit, I'm going to go and do my eye. Eye surgery.
Yeah, I've been looking for different things to do, trust me.
I don't disturb them. So I go do laser. I say, I spend your money,
So settling into the UK, you know, it's all nice, and you know, when you see pictures, you think people are flexing and all of that, but they will not tell you. I've had a couple of people like come into the UK recently, and I have to call them and observe them. Are you okay? Because I know how this can be. You know.
So I was speaking to a friend in Canada last Friday. And she talked about loneliness, but her situation is quite similar to yours. She had family there, so but she
on
told
the
me
surface,
that what she said was, do you know you can be around people and still be lonely?
Yes, yes, 100% agree.
Like she said she has a friend currently who tried to actually commit suicide. Yeah, because it was just too much. Because he's in a very then is it Sask or whatever?
It's like a village.
It's a village, you understand?
It's very
outside,
outskirts.
Yeah, so it's it's really crazy.
So how did you deal with that?
I mean,
do you plug in?
I don't know that I've dealt with it.
I feel like I can.
I feel the right question we could have asked her is, were you lonely?
No, I know for a fact she was lonely.
Oh,
I don't want to talk about. I want to talk about.
Let's unpack that. What do you mean for a fact?
Because
you guys are still in
no, he's out.
But you guys are still very much.
We've always been in touch. It's only that sometimes when school and work and life,
Japa is my G. Japa is my G.
Me, I don't talk about the breakup because that feels like.
Look, I mean that's juicy gist, but I don't.
Don't worry about that.
Wait.
No, it doesn't have anything to do with me. You think it's Hollywood? No.
No.
You think it's
Not between
Hollywood?
us. Not between
So like the
us.
person I've been talking
No.
about now, yeah. I hope he
Not
sees this
between
podcast
us.
though.
Oh my goodness.
And it'll be nice because it's popular. Anyway, so yeah. Yeah. Pay me, I'll cut it out of the podcast. So yeah, you still had that now, like so you were.
I mean, separating
So-
from your
and the guy
community.
was and the guy was your best friend and
Dipo.
whatnot.
No.
Whereas I was here.
Dipo. I mean,
Whereas another
separating
person was
from your.
making amala.
Just look at this.
Sorry.
Anyway, back to the topic. You know,
Yeah.
moving from your community and what you've always known and who you've always known is never easy.
And your food.
And my food, you guys. I've
She
not had
likes food.
suya in 2 years.
She likes good food.
Yes, but I had suya last night.
But she's badly behaved because we went out to eat the other day and she was eating pasta.
Like in
Was that day
Yeah.
now?
Like on Saturday. Yeah, this 2 days ago. Or 3 days ago.
Down in Pond, yam.
I was like, are we not going to eat the usual Yamarita? She's like, no, this is what I feel
I've
like
actually
eating.
not had swallow since I got him.
You should.
No, don't worry. When she
But I'm
had,
satisfied to of
she's
my
going,
cravings.
she's
I'm
going to
satisfied
have, she could chop amala today.
Definitely.
Odel Maru amala, no?
Just
Can you?
To show.
Wow.
Why you doing this?
I can't, Joe. What's wrong with you?
I'm just asking. Don't worry. Oh yeah, but so that's cool. Yeah, so going back to your loneliness question. Sorry for interjecting. So juicy
So
stuff.
building a community is never easy. Like when you move abroad. Right now, I'm still dealing with it. You know, I have a few friends here and there.
Yeah.
You know, and then trying to mix with the locals in
Yeah.
quotes. You know, just to have fun and do stuff. But one thing I've done. I'm the type of person that likes to do activities, even if it's alone. I don't have a problem with it. Like I just carry myself and say, hey, I'm going to, somewhere else today.
Yeah.
I want to do this. I want to try this out. I've gone for a musical by myself, went to have drinks before, and then I went for the orchestra
Like
thing
just
after.
you?
Just me alone. When I went to have drinks, there was a waiter that came and he's like, are you waiting for someone? I'm like, no, I'm not waiting for someone,
Self-love is not really something that
So-
people preach to.
Mm-hmm.
So you need to be able to enjoy your
Were you
company.
lonely in any of this, like over this period, even though you've got your brothers in the UK and whatnot,
yes.
were you lonely?
Yes, I was proper lonely. I have a friend in the UK, Kenny, where we always talk about it, that it's not easy just being alone. She wanted to enter my box when I was coming.
Well,
it's
I
not
want to
easy.
ask another question. Was it man lonely or just life lonely?
I mean, if you guys are in
I
touch,
think-
if you guys are in touch too much. I mean, you guys should have had this conversation. now. So, why you bringing it here?
What's your own? That's why the podcast.
I think it was more life lonely, in all honesty,
Yeah.
because at that time we are just in survival mode. It's not, I need
I'm
this.
happy you said that though. Because if you did not say that, I've been questioning a lot of things. So yeah, thank God.
May I have something I'm curious about
Yes.
that I've been wanting to ask?
Mhm.
This racism stuff.
Yeah.
Did it affect you in any way? Do you have any experience? If you do, how were you able to deal with it?
I've not had any direct since going to the UK for school, but I've had an experience. I think the holiday I went before I went to school, where my sister-in-law and I were taking a walk somewhere, and there was this other family
Yeah.
as well. A mother and her daughters or something.
White.
Yes. I think one of them had misplaced their purse
Oh,
or
God.
something, or maybe it fell out, or their phone or something. And then they just kept staring at us, like she was searching her pockets and staring at us, and like what the heck,
Trying to.
Isaac.
Yeah.
Isaac.
So
I love God though.
But
I mean, apart from that, I think I
But
just walked away from there.
I don't know how
I
I'll
go do
react.
alright.
Honestly.
I love God, but I don't know how I'll react in that moment.
Yeah, oh, okay.
you can imagine. I didn't even get
just
it at
okay.
first.
Because right now I feel like I feel just the cry.
I was very confused. So at first as well, because it was like my first experience, I didn't know that was what was happening.
Did I
at
come
the
here? Did
time.
I even come
Imagine,
close to you?
I didn't know that was what was happening because, I mean,
See,
See,
I
It
have a
was
friend who's,
eventually, yeah.
boss at work. You literally tell him go back to your country.
and they say he's
legit.
joking. I'm sure if you complain to each other,
So when he now reported to the managers,
you say that
I
he
was
was
like,
joking.
my wife is black now. I was joking, but he
Yeah.
was actually very serious.
Yeah.
Sometimes he's trying to get violent. Like, racism is a very I mean, we do have it in Nigeria, so I mean, we can't.
I don't know if we're going to have this podcast on tribalism and all these things,
It's
but bro,
it's crazy.
it's
Really crazy.
Sorry you had to experience that.
Really sorry.
Yeah. Come on, this serious.
you left me here now, so
But yeah, after uni, you.
So after uni, I was done with my courses. When was that? That was like September last year, and I had my grad in November. Yeah. So obviously, once you're done with your course, you start to look for a job after, right? And I was applying, and because at the time I was still on my student visa, I did not want to. So I think I was due to apply for the post-study visa by January. So I was trying to buy time that, between that September and January, let me just start working and then apply so that I have an extended, 2 years, for the full 2 years. But then I was looking for jobs, and it was, I'm sorry, if you don't have your.
But you're working at one nice place during school now.
Yeah, I think I didn't want to stay there.
Yeah, she was.
Yeah, it was a part-time job. It was a part-time job.
To think all these things that I know, she never sent me money.
I was a metaverse marketing strategist at the time.
As in meta.
Yes,
like, Facebook meta.
Metaverse
is the meta
Facebook
person.
Meta, like
No.
the
The meta person don't even move.
Web3.
I go bring am, no worry. The meta person self don't move again. That my meta guy, he just move. You don't go believe when he move, bro. Believe him.
They introduced me so it's no they bring your before you bring your company, maybe they be my guys first before they come to the podcast.
So you did metaverse. You never send me money.
I mean,
just put in that there.
They're gonna stress me.
Even if
it was.
pounds, if you send me £10 today, that's £9.
I think give you £10, yeah.
Okay, thank you. That would do lunch for me today.
And
For us.
Wings and
For us.
Anyway.
Yeah, so I mean, so it's part time.
Yes.
So what then happened? Because some people now, I mean, I know you know. Some people don't go for that postgraduate thing. They just go and do healthcare work, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
So I'm sure you.
I didn't think about it because I already had a goal in mind, and it's something I say. If you're not in a corner,
you were fully prepared.
Yes.
Only wiki fans can know that.
Yes. If you're not in a corner, that you don't need to, oh my God, I need to stay here, or I want my children to stay back, or things like that. If you're a young person and you're ambitious, I honestly do not recommend you do the care thing.
They lie. Dot. Let me plug this in. And
if you have your dreams and goals,
and your
why
shit
do you...
soft. Don't be everybody shit soft.
Yeah, I understand. I understand that I might be speaking from a place of privilege.
Yes.
But the thing is,
God.
if you are an ambitious person, like you have your own plans and goals,
So
that's not what I'm saying. So ambition is in different directions. You can go into care and you're still being ambitious.
I mean, you can do care and still be looking out for all that stuff.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of money in it, though, but I get her point.
Yeah, but like if you've charted a path for yourself, why do you want to derail and lock yourself down in something for like the next 3 years? Just
before we go back to this work, I want even to ask something, because you always show this your gym. Did you ever get a gym body? Because I watch all this Netflix.
I did not get a gym body.
Are you sure?
No.
So you
didn't get a gym body.
Okay, keep quiet and let me give her bombarding.
I was my own motivation. I was my own motivation. For real though.
She did not get
and
a
it
gym
was
body,
mostly
but she was
started
fit.
because of my mental health, going to the gym. But then now
Did you ever try therapy?
I am in the process of trying therapy.
No.
But
yes.
But hold on, let me just plug you. You know that with all my certificates and whatnot, you feel they pay me the money. I will cancel. Do you need physical thought and physical? Are you going to require hugs?
No, it's
So
the one I'm trying to explore now is virtual.
Pay me.
Well, I mean, who would you rather?
Who
would you rather go to therapy? A psychology grad or
a psychology grad?
Or the person that knows you.
I know what.
Someone that knows you that will tell you the bitter truth.
So the thing is, you knowing me would be a bias.
Yeah.
Exactly, but I don't know.
Dick will be biased.
Yes, you knowing me would be a bias.
The therapists don't do their.
Me where say na Bible we go to use they do therapy.
See, let me tell you, I always say this thing, and I still said this to my partner as well. That Dikko is one of the people that I think God sends to me. No jokes. I always say. So you have your place, and I think Isaac would have his place as well.
But Isaac not a practicing psych. Isaac that did psych and the rest of advertising and
Where do you
PR.
think What do you think I do at night?
Eh?
No, I mean, I just said at night.
Wow. I would just let.
I will at night, bro.
I will let that cook.
Hey, I will
let that
cook. I took it at night.
Wow, that's bad.
You're digging a hole for yourself. You need to just stop.
Wow.
He said he talks to clients at night.
No. My mental health client.
I can't imagine this.
My mental health client.
Anyway,
Isaac, you just played yourself.
so fast forward, you then got a job. How has that been though? Wait, did you?
So
Okay,
this is
network.
the thing.
Did
My
you have
job
a network?
was
Okay.
my job was also like a testimony because I had not gotten my post-study at the time the job came. He
Okay.
literally took a chance on me and said, you know what? I think I got a job in November. It was the same week I had my graduation.
Wow.
You know, and the guy just took a chance on me and said, you know, I'm giving you this job against when this comes out. So I'd applied for the thing, and I think I was waiting for I was told I would take about 6 weeks, but it came out in 3 weeks. The post-study visa.
That's
So
nice.
once I
That's
was
nice.
done, I just continued. Still working there. Yeah.
I should ask you what your plan is, but the time don't up.
No, but I mean, I would like to know if you are like Mr. Zico that plans to like come back like anytime soon.
I do plan on coming
Like,
back.
you actually
I do
see
plan on
yourself
coming back. I have.
She fell in love.
Oh, I know.
I mean, yes, I fell
She
in
fell
love.
in love.
Man,
She,
why can't-
in fact, she don't pitch me
Good
for here
reason,
because she
good
don't miss her
reason.
the body outside.
I mean,
Yeah.
yes, I fell in love, but I do have plans. One of my objectives for setting up a business in
You
Nigeria.
can plug your business.
And
Yeah.
well, we're not there
She
yet.
does-
We're not there
she
yet.
does
But
Adire.
very soon, yes. I plan
So
to
if
go
you love all
into.
this cultural, so you can see that we rep
Aside-
traditional people that rep Ilewe and the rest of.
Aside from Nigeria, yes, I want to contribute to textile manufacturing in Nigeria as a whole. So
you will go China.
Nigeria will just be a sub.
Or you
So
will
that's
go
the thing.
China
I don't
or
want to
Singapore.
I don't want to
or
go to China.
Singapore. There's one country
I
that my
want
uncle used to
everything.
order
I
his
want the
dresses
whole
from.
chain. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, that's nice.
So that's my plan.
Build yourself up now because
if
investors also need to trust you.
I have
Yes.
like a company that like those consultancy for like textile.
That would be great.
Yes,
That would be great. Thank you so much.
If I want you to start getting in touch, you'll come to me.
No, I should go. I already have a number.
Victoria, did you
Victoria,
miss
I
any
have a
facts?
Yeah,
Or do you have any questions?
She made mention of post-studying.
Yeah.
Yeah, that reminded me because, that was initially what I was hoping to understand better on this podcast. So concerning post-studying, can you
Elaborate.
share your post-studying process
Okay.
and you get how you decided to stay? You said you were not planning to stay after graduation.
No, I did plan on staying.
She does say she was
but they were-
ambitious. Like she knows where she's going. Like UK may not be the final bus stop.
Oh,
Like her family
okay.
is in different places.
Okay, so can you like
Big.
expatiate on the post-study process and everything?
Okay.
So technically,
So-
like, let me simplify it because we're out of time. Like you've gotten this job now, you have the 2 years post study. What technically happens at the end of 2 years if you still have the job?
At the end of 2 years, if I still have the job and I don't have the visa, I would have to leave the UK.
Oh, you need to extend the visa if you still have a job. Or you're not sure yet.
I'm not sure.
Yeah,
on
so
that
I think
part.
that's
You
it.
should apply.
But the thing is, yes. So you need to get a job that can sponsor you. If you get a job that can sponsor you,
Was
and the
this
2
job
years-
sponsoring you though?
No.
So you need to get another job.
Yes.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yes.
But-
Or pitch to the company if they're licensed to sponsor. They
They
would
can.
sponsor
Are
you.
they? Do
Yeah.
you think they are?
I haven't checked.
Okay. I mean, you
I
just
haven't
started. How
checked,
many
but
months
I
has
do
it been?
have plans. It's been about 6 months now. Yeah.
But how's it been like?
But honestly, has it been like in the work?
you and work with you?
It's been an adjustment,
Mm.
working with Nigerians and working with, people in the UK it's different. It's
All right.
different. Yeah. But it's been good. I've had my colleagues are culturally,
Inclined.
yes.
Is it owned by a white
Yeah,
person? Is it
yeah.
multinational? It's owned by a white. That's
It's
nice.
owned by a white person.
You are
Yeah.
woke.
I'm happy. We spent an hour in this podcast and we didn't talk about gangs of Lagos. Thank you guys for watching and for listening.
Thank you so
King
much
of
for
Japa.
having
We
me.
didn't
as
plug
well.
anything, no. When do we have anything coming up that we need to plug?
I mean, it was just have something May one, but we're not having it anymore. Good night, guys.
Nice.
We have our what's it called? Our study abroad, the study visa webinar though. Yeah, 50K. Again, guys, come and work with the best. Visas are trooping in. But I have to tell you, man, I was with someone yesterday and the person was like, she's been referring people to different agents before like she met me. And that there's one particular person that she has given, and the person has all her people that she referred, like 10 people this year have been rejected.
Wow.
10.
Wow.
I just felt, I'm like, is it that? See, I'm tired. People, do your due diligence. It's the least that you can do, right? Or come to Ilebe Education or Japa, my Japa Limited, or see the king of Japa, at least I don't do something, right? I mean, thank you guys for listening to our podcast. It was
you
fun.
so much.
Thank you, Tammy, for coming.
Thank you for having me, guys.
And that's that. See you in the next episode.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Ciao.